we do have plenty of work to do on the old K-Swap Sphero build. We've got a lot to do. However, I just got this new Pulsar Gti-R. I love this thing. I have been loving every minute of driving it around. I literally make excuses just to go drive it because I just enjoy driving it. But there's a few things that need to be fixed, a couple things I want to upgrade, a couple things I want to try. So that's what the plan is. It is kind of cool to see these two cars together because not only were they both not made in the USA, so they're both imported. You couldn't get an American version of them. So obviously they're both right-hand drive. They're both turbo. They're both Nissans, but they're both 1992s. So they're same, but different. They're very similar in that aspect, but also very different cars. This is a big fancy sedan, inline 6 turbo, not anymore, and all of that stuff. And then this is a small little hot hatch turbo all-wheel drive SR 4-cylinder, which is what that is now too, but you get the idea. Very different, very similar at the same time. So it's honestly pretty sorted as is, but now I kind of want to make it a little faster. Right now, it's really responsive, which is nice. The boost comes on early. It's real peppy down low, even out of boost. But it's like the boost comes on pretty much immediately, and then that's it. It doesn't really do anything else after that. It's like, whoa, that's it. It doesn't go any faster. I want to change that. Now, we do have some more upgrades planned, which I'll get into later. But for now, we're going to spice it up a little bit. But before we even get into that, this is something that I've been dying to do. And that's kind of the reason why we're working on this thing right now. Coincidentally, this car is 4x100. Now, most Nissans are 4x114. This car, 4x100. Now, another car that's 4x100 is a Miata. I just so happen to have a Miata drift car, thus a ton of 4x100 wheels. So we've got a lot of options to try on here. I'm really excited. I've been dying to see what this thing looks like on some of these wheels that I have. So let's get them down and start trying them on. So the first two sets of wheels we're going to try is some SSR RS82s and some good old classic, look good on everything, RPF ones. Now I'm not 100% sure what sizing and offsets this car needs. I also have some really good track tires for this car if any of these wheels will fit with the bigger tires. So curious to see how this goes. So let's get this thing jacked up. All right, which wheels should we try first? Let's do the RS8 first, because I'm more excited about the RPF ones. Obviously, got to put some new tires on these. They're a little worn down. Never drifted on, daily driven. This might not be a high enough disc to clear the brakes. Oh, dude, those fit freaking decent. We could definitely fit my big tires with those. Man, I don't know how I feel about it. What do you think? Comment below. I'm gonna pull it out and look at it. Yeah, definitely not sold on this look. Obviously the tires are killing it because they're all rolled over from running 10 PSI in the Miata, and they're destroyed. But I just don't think it's the look for this car. It fits the era 100%, but if this was just like some cool hatchback, it would be one thing, but it being a turbo all-wheel drive hatchback, like, I don't know, I feel like it needs a performance looking wheel on it. A lighter wheel is gonna make a big difference in this car in the feel because it's such a small car. You know, that unsprung weight will make a difference, but they do fit good, and like they do look good. I think you understand what I mean by it just doesn't suit the car itself. So there's them, boom, 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 and then there's those. This look is a lot better. I'm not even huge on these wheels. So anyway, let's back it back in and try the RPF ones. I think this is gonna be a ticket, but I don't know for sure. We'll find out. Oh, those will for sure fit with the bigger tires. Might just stick with the Volks, honestly. This is a tough call, man. I really thought I was gonna put these on and be like, that's it, that's the ticket. I don't want the other wheels anymore, but nah, I don't know. I'm gonna back it back in here. It's too dark out here. I'm gonna rinse them off, then back it back in here. All right, well, here is the RPF one side. Like I said, I don't like them as much as I thought. I know that the dead tires, flat tires, small tires is definitely not helping sell me on this look, but I don't know, man. I love RPF ones on like everything, but I feel like the Volks just fit the car better. It's tough. Let me know what you think. I'm real conflicted. Now, the main reason I wanted to run these RPF ones is because these are by 8s. These Volks are by 7s, so they're pretty ballooned with a 205 on them, and I have some 225 NT01 track tires I'm not going to use for anything else that I'd like to put on this car. But I'd have to run the RPF ones to put them on. But these aren't going to work good as drift spares for the Miata because they're too small and too high of offset. So I'd basically be losing 4 drift spares if I put them on this car, and then I'd have these wheels, which I guess I could sell. But you know what I mean. Basically, it's kind of like a roundy round of wheel trading for myself that doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than to use some tires I have. So anyway, I'm going to think on it. I took some pictures so I know what it looks like. I'm gonna put these wheels back on for now so we can go drive this thing. And in the morning, we'll go take it for a test rip before we turn the power up. All right, well, I've decided I'm gonna at least try the RPF ones, give them a full-on shot. So we're gonna go mount some tires on them that are a lot meatier, should fit a lot better, and they're a lot better than what we have on here. Try them on and let it go from there. They look good. They look good. We didn't give them a fighting chance with those dead tires that were flat. So let's see if we can fit a bunch of wheels and tires in this thing. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. All right, well, we got 4 wheels in. Now we need to fit 4 tires. We'll try it. Well, if it fits, it ships, right? Oh, man. I'm honestly surprised I was able to fit that many in here. At first, it was like, oh, yeah, no problem. And then when you start putting them in, you realize how big a wheel and tire combination takes up. But we got them. And we're not touching the headliner or anything. I don't want to ruin it by doing this. That's stupid. But this is one thing I like about not having like a super pristine example of a car that I like, because I can actually use it and not be so terrified of like, oh, these seats are in 100% perfect condition. If I mess them up, is this gonna ruin the car? You know, I don't know. That's just who I am. I like to drive my vehicles. I don't like looking at them or just having them sit there. So cool. Let's go mount some tires. I love the noises this car makes. Ah, it just sounds so good. The softer the tire, the stiffer they are. Especially after they've been recycled once, which these have. They should become like rocks. That wasn't that bad. Oh. Waiting for it to pop. It's going. I'm Sally. Oh.
All the mud came off.
More effective than clean them, right? Some of that freaking 50 PSI out. Let's go with 2 bars. All right, wheels and tires are mounted, ready to rip. I think they're gonna look a lot better with the meatier tires on them. They just look a lot meatier overall with those tires. I think they're gonna fit Perfect. So I'm excited. We're gonna go home, try them on, and then try them out. All right, wheel change number 76. Oh yeah, that's meaty. Gotta get some new lug nuts. Gotta clean these wheels too. Nasty. Dang, dude, it honestly looks even better than I anticipated. The meaty tires made all the difference, filled the wheel wells out. I mean, these are like literally the perfect size. Like they shouldn't even rub. I mean, I guess they could be a tad more aggressive, but they're pretty much about almost the exact right size with no spacer, which is sick. But they look so good. It looks so good on here. The black chrome, it looks good on everything. Black chrome RPF ones look good on everything. They really do. And as much as I love having these wheels on the Miata, because this is what I have in the front, it's nice to have matching wheels, and they're really light. They're really good wheels as drift wheels. I'd rather have them on this thing and be able to see them and enjoy them every day than them being up on a shelf and only coming out at events. It looks right. It looks right. Oh, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And they're super dirty right now too. And the lighting's terrible. I don't know if you're getting a good look at it, but I'm stoked. And we get to finally use these nice 225 NTO ones that I've had sitting around forever. So I want to clean it up. The wheels are super dirty. The car's dirty, but there's no point in washing it because we're about to go take it for a rip. So I want to see how it feels with the new wheels, and I want to see if we have any rubbing issues or any weird things like that, any imbalances, yada, yada. And I want to show you guys what it's like on stock power before we turn the old girl up because, you know, I don't know if it'll be a huge difference, but that way you'll be able to tell. You'll have some comparison. And to be honest with you, I just want to rip it. So that's what we're gonna do before we come back, turn the power up, clean it up, do all the rest of the stuff we've got planned. Let's go have some fun. It rubbed a bit before, let's see. Oh, no rub. It would always rub on that bump. No rub. It's like, it would be nice to have these wheels as aggressive fitment as the other ones, but it's nice to not rub. No rub. Before. I mean, it would have to be a decent bump like those, but it would rub. And again, it's like, I enjoy the more aggressive fitment, but I want to drive this car hard, and I do drive this car hard. And we ain't got no time for rubbing. We don't. Well, it's been a long journey, but we're almost to Mexico. Way less rubbing. All right, well, now that we've gone for a rip, you get an idea of the speed or lack thereof of this thing. Again, it's reasonably quick. It's not slow, but it's definitely, it could use something. And that something is a little more boost. Oh, hey, little guy. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. How much boost are you thinking? Okay, you're supposed to be working, man. Sandy hired you for a reason. Yeah, so little guy's the temporary shop supervisor until the shop gets closed in and Sandy can come back out. So he just reports back to Sandy what's going on out there. All right, little guy, let's get back to work, bud. Come on, little guy, let's go. All right, anyway, to turn the boost up, we have two options. Well, there's more options than this, but these are the options we have available to us at the moment. So we have my kind of go-to on cars like this, just a vacuum tee. So this basically just bleeds some of the air off going to the wastegate. So generally this ups the boost by a few pounds. It kind of varies. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I also have a manual boost controller here, but I have not had great luck ever, pretty much ever, with manual boost controllers on stock turbo stuff. So we're gonna see how this is first. We're gonna try this first, and if it's too much, if it's too little, if it doesn't do anything, we'll try this guy. But first, we'll go with old trusty. Simple, reliable. Seems like a reasonably good spot for it. Ooh, we're gonna have to zip tie that in. It's a little loose. All right, that's done. Another thing I want to do is try to put this front strut bar back on. It's got the rear one in there now. This one was off when I got the car. I'm not sure if they did it for like a handling reason or if they just didn't put it back on or what, but I want to put it on. Just want to see if it fits, that is. It's always satisfying to throw parts back on a car that came with it. It makes it feel like you did something when you really didn't do anything. All right, let's go rip this thing again and see what our boost is looking like. Now the one struggle here, I might have to like plumb in another boost gauge just for this drive. So the factory boost gauge is in millimeters HG, whatever that means. The conversion is 7 is about 14 pounds. Now the problem is, that's about where I want to be, but if it just hits 7, I don't know if it's more than 7 or if it's just 7. If anything, I'm sure I have a boost gauge lying around somewhere and I can just plumb a vacuum hose into here just to set it. I should really do that. Ah, found it. This is the one that came in my Miata when it was turbo. It's a flying Miata one. So at least we'll know the actual boost. Setup's a little jank, but it's for testing purposes only. Oh, we need a zip tie. I feel bad doing this in this car. See that? Oh yeah, beautiful. You can see it loud and clear. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's try this again. Yeah, that wanted to go to 15. I feel like this is what happened last time. I could not get that thing turned down enough. Having a car like this, like lower it a little bit, modify it, but you can just like romp through bumpy stuff. Like it's the best. Like if you're gonna actually street drive it often, which I like doing with this car, so much better than like, oh, I gotta go slow and crawl over this because it's gonna scrape and rub. Nah. All right, T's going back in. At least it's a little more potent. We'll try another rip after I put the T in. Give you guys a bird's eye view of the boost. T is back in. Like a got the boost turned up a little bit. Can't complain about that. All right, one more thing I want to do. These cars are supposed to be 2,400 pounds. Now, I'm a little skeptical of that because my Miata is 2,500 pounds. Granted, it has a V8 in it. But I'm curious. I'm curious what the weight is because I'll kind of have a good idea of like what power would be kind of the right amount whenever we get around to doing some other power upgrades. So, yeah, I've got scales, so like, why not? Let's weigh this thing. Yeah, so I'm getting 2,700 pounds. 61% front. I don't know if that's right. 2,700 even. I mean, that's kind of what I would have guessed. I'm gonna try to jack up the front and the rear at the same time, zero it again, and then drop them down. Just to be sure. Nope, it's confirmed. 2,700 pounds. I was all excited this thing was gonna weigh 2,400, so it definitely needs 350 wheel. And 61% front. I feel like the Subaru wasn't even that bad. It might have been that bad. The Cross is really good. It's probably gonna change with me in it, but let's see what it is with me in it. Added 4 pounds of this thing. I mean, granted, we've got the stock rear spare, maybe the amount of 20, 30 pounds. So we're 48.7% on the Cross. It varies depending on where I'm at. So 2,900 pounds with me in it. Means I'm 185. Yeah, that's not too bad. Interesting though. Kind of a letdown. I was really hoping that 2,400 number on the internet was accurate. This is why you should weigh your cars when you're convinced they weigh a certain amount. Because you never know. I've been surprised. I have been surprised. The Miata, I thought it was going to be 23, 2,400. It was 2,530. Yeah. Yeah. All right, anyway, I'm gonna put all this stuff up. I had to know. Alrighty, well, got this thing tucked away in the garage. I love this car, man. I'm sure the new will wear off. It won't be as fun and exciting as it is now, but I love it. I had to just go on a night rip just because I wanted to drive it again. I've driven it like 17 times today. I still wanted to drive it. Just such a fun little car, man. It handles well, it rides nice, it drives nice, like it's plenty comfortable, but it makes all the cool noises of a 90s Japanese car that normally wouldn't be that comfortable, you know? So I don't know, I really like this thing. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to do to it for now. That really kind of wraps us up. I still need to do plugs in it, I keep forgetting about that. So I'm gonna swap some plugs in it, but other than that, we're pretty much tidied up with this thing for now. We do plan to go to the Dragon here in about a month, so I wanted to get these tires on and fitted and all that sorted before the Dragon, because these will be real nice on the Dragon. I do have more plans for this car, like the right amount of power to make it real fun, but not over the top crazy rabbit hole kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, long-winded outro, long-winded way of saying that's gonna be it for this video, and I hope to see you guys for the next one. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, goodbye.